Goblins. Goblins in vanilla Minecraft. No mods, no plugins, just a data pack and a resource pack created by moi. It's me, the Minecraft avatar, Ang4i6, back in the year 2026. It's been a long time coming, but I am here. Hello, Mr. Goblin. How you doing? You chilling? Yeah, kind of look blind in one eye, buddy. Nope, ran away from me. Actually, before I get into all this stuff, this is a completely new thing I'm doing, making a series of Minecraft creatures in vanilla Minecraft, all new mobs, new monsters, new whatevers. So, if you want to go in blind, if you want to just install those data pack into your server, into your single player world, and enjoy, play with friends, have fun, just have goblins in your world, go ahead and do so. If you want to play blindly, that's fine. Like most of Minecraft players originally, we discovered how creatures work like endermen and creepers, etc. by just playing and then finding out the hard way. If you want to go into this, just put it in your world and figure out how goblins work, etc. Put it in now. Spoilers ahead for how all this works. Alright, now if you want to have like the wiki style info, keep on watching. Let's start with spawning. Goblins spawn underground. Specifically, they are designed to spawn in cave systems. And they spawn specifically in groups of 3, 5, or 7. And what I'm calling goblin hordes. Hopefully, if you're lucky, you'll get small goblin hordes because they are a menace. Goblins only spawn between levels -55 and level 30. So they're designed to spawn underground in caves, mostly in big caves like this because that's what naturally spawns in those kind of levels. Quick tip, make sure to always have your resource pack on the server or single player world that you're playing on because otherwise they will look like this. See, that's just not the ideal way to play with them. That's not a goblin, that's a freaking cube. Now Sean, how does the game spawn goblins in the first place naturally? Well, I'll tell ya. The game tests for if a zombie has spawned in the world. If a zombie has spawned in the world between levels -55 and level 30, it then runs another check. That next check is a 1 in 5 chance to see if it will spawn a goblin horde or not. The majority of goblin hordes you find will be 5 goblins, with the least majority being 3 or 7. But Sean, what happens if you kill one? Well, what loot do they drop? Alright, so I have some goblins right now in this cage at my spawn in my world here. When you hit a goblin, they make a pain sound under the hostile mobs tab in the settings. Ew. Very squishy sound, right? Ew. However, when you kill one, different kind of squishy sound. Let's do it again. As you can see in my inventory right now, I have a variety of loot because goblins drop a variety of stuff. The lore-wise, they are rummaging the caves and constantly just trying to find random stuff. You know, it's pretty fun. Just in the caves, digging around, finding things that might naturally be in the cave, and some things that might naturally not be in the cave that would be kind of just fun to find. Goblins will always drop 3 items no matter what. And 2 of those item slots will always be one of these 3 things. Gold nugget, iron nugget, or leather. Now, you can get 2 leather, you can get 2 gold nuggets, 2 iron nuggets, or any combination of those 3 things. And then the third item is always going to be the fun special item. There's some good loot in there. There's some really bad loot in there, but that's kind of how it makes sense for goblins. Now let's spawn like 20 of these things. And we shall see now what kind of loot the goblins drop when I kill them. I just killed 27 of them. It's 20 of them right here. You can see we have a variety of loot inside this. They can drop any variety of glazed terracotta because they like shiny things. They naturally drop gold nuggets, iron nuggets, and leather the most because they're wearing leather on their loincloth and their armor, and same with the iron there as well. And then of course they have other fun drops like glass bottles, slime balls, flint, leather. We got gold boots, charcoal, eggs. Eggs are pretty funny. I thought it was a good one. Leather caps, glass bottles, golden apples, a lot of fun things. And they have about a 1 in 200 chance-ish of dropping a diamond ore, so that's pretty fun. Goblins are definitely worth finding because you can get some cool loot from them. And you can, in theory, make a goblin farm because they do spawn in caves. And if you happen to find a zombie spawner, because of the way the conditions work in the game, you can, in theory, get some goblins spawning there too. Not a ton, but traditional zombie farms and spawner farms do not work well against goblins, and I'll show you why in the next section of this video. Let's talk about abilities of these goblins and what makes them so special. Their health, their stats, what can they do, what's cool about them, etc. Let's get into it. Goblins here in the game have 10 health. So a normal diamond sword on one hit does not kill them. Take 2. But they are still pretty squishy. 10 health is not a lot of health. It's only 5 hearts, half of a human's health, and half of a zombie's health for that matter. But most players do have enchanted swords. This is a sharpness 5 sword. That is a one-hit KO every time. Let's get 1, 2, 3. And if I do game mode survival, there we go. See? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I would like to add that although loot's pretty good and sometimes pretty cool, it does clog inventory pretty fast because it's such a wide variety of them. So if you're facing many goblins, bring some bundles or be choosy. Now besides the health aspect, they have the exact same speed as a baby zombie in the game. And baby zombies are already annoying enough, so just keep that in mind here. They are fast, but squishy, easier to kill than baby zombie, which goes a long way when fighting, especially when fighting a horde of these things. Because fighting 7 at once in the deep dark, not a fun time. Trust me, I've done it on a server with my friends, and it is, a lot sometimes. Another goblin stat is no fall damage can be taken from them. They can fall for days and days and days. It's why a typical mob grinder, which is the fall damage, will not work on them whatsoever. Now you might think, maybe you can drown them. They are also impervious to drowning. These little guys are resilient. The best thing about them, though, is they are squishy, hence the low health, hence the no fall damage. Now, one other major thing about goblins is their step height. Now, normal player's step height is half a block. You can step up half a block with no jumping. Otherwise, you jump like this every 1 block. And that's pretty common. Most players know that at this point. It's the same thing with zombie. Like, let's watch that. I do game mode survival. He'll just walk right up, right? Makes sense. Get out of here. No one likes you. Hee hee. It's dead. Now, I decided to make goblins love to climb. They're big climbers, but they're really bad at it. But they're not bad at knocking off a pillar. So, let's show you here. If I spawn this goblin here, and then I go up here, game mode survival. They can knock me off pretty dang easily. Now, why is that? Their step height is not only half a block, not only 1 block. They can step up 2 blocks, just up and down with 1 step, those 2 blocks right there. And that, of course, makes the pillaring up tactic very, very hard to do. But often, like that, you start pillaring up, you bring a swarm, get up 1 block, they knock you right down. Like I said, they love to climb, but they're bad at it. They can't climb higher than those 2 blocks. The last stat to go over really for goblins is the damage. They do 5 damage on a player, which means they take out 2.5 hearts per hit, which is quite a lot. One of the most in the game. So they're squishy, easy to kill, fast, can climb up things, and spawn in hordes. And on top of that, they have some decent damage they do. So 1 hit, 2.5, 2.5, and do it again. Boom. But pretty easy to kill if you can get the hits in. Now, I don't know if you noticed that there. They do have an animation also for hitting you. They give you a big punch. Watch the arms flick up like that. Ta-da. They can punch you. They can run. Fully animated. And, of course, the best part of all this is that it is incredibly optimized. I've been playing this on a server with friends now for a few weeks, and this has worked really, really well. They don't stay in the game forever. They do despawn like any other mob. And the best thing about all of this is that no commands are running off them at all unless they're players within 40 blocks of them. So once they're in the game, they're really just chilling around until players can get near them to interact with them or to be animated. They don't get animated at all unless the player is near them. Otherwise, they just chill. Wait to despawn again. If you ever want to interact with the goblins in the commands, the tag is goblin. That's how you can find them. So because the tag of goblin is on there and not just the name of goblin, you can name tag them to keep them around the world and not have them not despawn. The issue with that is the name will still not show up above their head because of the way the system works. But you still can do it and have a goblin be, stuck in your world forever. That's totally optional with the name tags. Enjoy, have fun, happy goblin hunting. Don't die to them. But if you do die to them, please tweet me a screenshot. It'd be so funny to see how the goblin hunting goes for all of you. Have fun putting this in your world. It is for 1.21.11 and potentially future versions if it stays correct with all the commands. Anyway, enjoy.